Please be seated. It is my pleasure to welcome you to East Tennessee State University for our commencement ceremony. We are gathered this morning to celebrate both an ending and a beginning, the culmination of years of work by the students who sit before us, and the promise for a better future because of their achievements. This ceremony also celebrates the efforts of family members and friends, as well as university faculty and staff who have been a part of the lives of the students before us. I welcome all of you for this important occasion as we confer these degrees that are symbolic of academic and personal achievements. It is always my pleasure at this point in the commencement program to present the president of East Tennessee State University. That pleasure is tempered today by the recognition that the commencement ceremonies this morning and this afternoon represent the last in which Dr. Paul E. Stanton, Jr., our university's distinguished 8th president, will confer degrees and shake the hands of our newest graduates. President Stanton will be retiring as president of the university in January. Those of you who cross this stage to receive your degrees together will shake the hand of a distinguished leader whose name will forever be writ large in the history of the university and of higher education in Tennessee. And now, Dr. Paul E. Stanton, Jr., President of East Tennessee State University, will come to the podium to introduce our commencement speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Buck. Good morning and welcome. Many people help plan ETSU's year-long centennial celebration, Partnerships, Promise, and Hope for 100 years. One of the people who worked the hardest to make that year so successful is our speaker today. Dr. Willeen Paxton arrived on this campus 48 years ago. She began in 1963 as the Dean of Women and was responsible for supervising women students, the students' housing, campus sororities, women's honor societies, establishing and decorating new residence halls, and arranging dances, concerts, and other activities. Dr. Paxton left ETSU just long enough to earn a doctoral degree in counselor education at Indiana University. After her return to campus, she established ETSU's Counseling Center and served as the center's founding director. Since her retirement from ETSU in 1993, she served as a member of the Distinguished President's Trust Society, and she has fulfilled the position of Secretary, Vice President, and President of the ETSU Retirees Association, the most active faculty staff retirement organization in all of Tennessee. In 2007, our speaker created and funded the Paxton Lectureship on Civic Engagement, which brings authors and educators to campus for the benefit of our students, our staff, our faculty, and the community. Her constant presence on the ETSU campus has been personally gratifying to me and a source of enrichment for generations of ETSU folks. Please join me now in welcoming ETSU retiree, Centennial Steering Committee member, and a true friend of ETSU, Dr. Willeen Paxton.
Dr. Stanton, distinguished guests, faculty, administration, but most of all, I speak to you graduates. Today is the day you have finished all the requirements for your degree and can begin to use your knowledge for making a difference in the world. It is a day of success and achievement. And now you can begin another dream. As the song goes, you gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? You have learned. Now apply the knowledge to make the world a better place. Let's start at the beginning. How did you get here? Who helped you along the way? First were your parents. I think we should recognize the parents and all of your relatives, wives and husbands. I hope you graduates can spot them in the audience. But will all of the relatives, grandparents, wives, children, husbands, all of you who are related to one of the graduates, wave your hand, and we'll wave back. Let's give them a hand. Your parents gave you life. Think of what you could do when they got you, and look at what you can do now. Think of what you know now. Your parents are responsible for a lot of it. Parents, remember how excited you were when your children took their first step, or first said mommy or daddy. Your parents taught you the basics, that a cow says moo and a lamb says baa. You taught them to tie the colors and how to tie their shoes, how to count the days of the week, and all the rest. But most important, you gave them language, the basic tool of learning. Even more important, you taught them right from wrong, how to share, that it's important to play by the rules, to be less selfish and self-centered. You helped them learn how to deal with others, when to accept, and when to stand up for yourself. You encouraged them when they got hurt, kissed away minor pains, and you helped them to learn to take responsibility for what they did. You taught them to play games so that they could learn to be a good winner and a good loser. You taught them to delay gratification, and it's okay to have money and not spend it all. Your children learned that no one can win every time, and to be loyal to their friends and to the family. You know the rest. You parents civilized them and helped them learn to cooperate and get along with others. Graduates, don't ever forget what your parents have done. Keep them informed always. They're an important part of your life. Then, hard as it was, your parents took you to school where you could learn even more, or perhaps some taught you at home. Graduates, please try to think of your favorite teachers or faculty members. What did they do for you? Think about sending them a note or an email. I can guarantee that they would be pleased. Alexander the Great said that his parents gave him life, but his teachers taught him how to live. They certainly did broaden your perspective. They challenged you to grow, to learn, to work together, to respect authority, and to have empathy for others even when you were competing. They alternated between challenge and support and made you get out of your comfort zone to try new ideas. It was at school that you learned that life is not just one big success after another. You probably learned more from your mistakes than you did from the things that you did correctly. I can still remember questions I answered incorrectly on some important tests, but I don't remember any that I got right. We all have to learn to fall forward and to keep on keeping on when times are tough. I hope you have learned to love ETSU. Do you know about Bess Cooper? She's the oldest living person in the whole world. She graduated from East Tennessee State Normal School in 1916, just 5 years after its founding, and she is still alert at age 115. Bess Cooper wore her class ring until she was 112, and her hands began to swell, and it needed to be removed. People from ETSU took her a new one, and the family donated that precious symbol of loyalty and unequaled love to this institution so that it can be displayed in the Reese Museum. I have seen it there. You may want to go see it too. Even though the markings are worn away, it is a beautiful example of love and loyalty. She loved the normal school so much that she named one of her sons for its president, Sidney Gilbreth. You may be thinking about how you can honor this university. As he approaches retirement, I expect that Dr. Stanton would be pleased to have babies named Paul, or Pauline, or Paulette. I hope, too, that you took advantage of all the services at ETSU. Not only could you learn a lot in class, but you could perhaps learn even more outside of class from the service learning projects, like organizing groups to build Habitat for Humanity residences, or tutoring children for Coalition for Kids. Training prepares people for the expected. Education prepares them for the unexpected. And much of that is outside the classroom. I hope you participated and supported our athletic teams, wrote or helped publish the newspaper, and learned to be a good leader and a good follower from the myriad of campus organizations. I hope your horizons were broadened through hearing, singing, or playing various forms of music, acting in or attending plays, seeing various forms of art, and all the rest. You may have learned organizational skills and basic human relations as a residence hall assistant. In fact, it has been said that if you can be a good residence hall assistant, you could run General Electric. Do keep in touch with those who gave you these opportunities. Well, who else helped you in your journey through ETSU? We have a remarkable administration here. Dr. Stanton often says that graduation day is his favorite time. Do you realize that today he will award his 31,000th diploma to East Tennessee graduates? Each one of those graduates affect the life of others, and they in turn affect still others, and the beat goes on and on and on like ripples in a pond. All of us were fortunate to have him and his team running the university in the last few years. They got us through some tough times without a single faculty member or staff member losing a job. Quite a different accomplishment from what happened at some other institutions. Even more remarkable, with his team, he transformed ETSU into a major research institution. Just today on ETSU's website is the story of Dr. Gao, a pioneer in the use of patients' stem cells to repair damage to the heart. This and other research will lengthen many, many lives in the future. Students can now study for a doctorate in 13 different fields. I expect that we will have a school of dentistry within the next few years. I hope so. You will need to help. Please plan now to donate regularly to ETSU. I know that right now you and your parents feel like you have bought the place, but you really haven't. Keep in touch. Read your alumni magazine. Send articles about what you are doing. Come to homecoming and ball games and plays and musical performance and other events on campus. Keep on being a part of ETSU. We're stronger if everyone gives a hand. Well, we've looked at your parents and family, your teachers and professors, and the administration. Now let's get down to the real nitty-gritty and the person who really put you here today. You graduates are the ones who did the work. What was it you did to get to graduate? As Woody Allen says, a large part of success is showing up. You showed up in the rain, in the snow, and even when you would have much preferred to roll over and sleep for another hour. You did the work. Many of you worked and supported your families or children while attending school and classes and making time to study. You realize that to get ahead, you need an education. All of us borrow money to pay for houses, cars, electrical utilities, and the like. And all of those things wear out and have to be replaced. Borrowing money for an education is different. You may need additional courses in the future, but an education doesn't wear out and pays you back handsomely. The latest figures available from 2008 show median income for all ages by sex. That means that half of the incomes are above and half below these figures. With a high school diploma or equivalency, men's median salaries were about $43,000. The median income for men with bachelor's degrees was about $82,000, almost twice as much. With master's degrees, median salaries were about $90,000. With professional degrees, about $167,000, and with doctorates, about $130,000. Women's earnings continue to lag behind. We all need to help see that equal work gets equal pay. Even more than the tangible reward of higher salaries for more education, you become a different person with an education. You've learned to listen, to work in groups, to build trust in your team and your leadership, and to empower others to accomplish goals. You feel more competent with a college degree. You are more competent with a college degree. It has been said that choices define who we are, but our loves define who we will become. Therefore, choose integrity, honesty, hard work, empathy for others, generosity in things and in spirit, kindness. Employers want to hire those who can communicate effectively, have the ability to think critically and analytically, and who can solve complex problems. You're ready to do all of these. Begin with your first job to save money. Start with 5% of your salary, just a nickel out of every dollar. Add to that percentage as time goes by. It is the length of time you save that makes the difference. With good investments, you can retire a millionaire. Choose wisely how to spend your time and those with whom you spend it. You'll think of other choices. Choose wisely and well. Our loves define who we will become. Choose your spouse carefully and love him or her dearly. Try to choose someone that you not only feel passionate about, but the one that you like, admire, and respect. You will love them even more over time. Love your family, your children, your university, your church or higher power. Love to learn. Love to help others. Love your job or try to find one that you can love. Love yourself. Love wisely and well. and become one of those who helps others to achieve their goals. You will find it thrilling to see how those who you help grow and develop. Matter of fact, one I helped just a little bit is in the audience today. He left ETSU after 3 years and became very successful in the Army first and later in banking circles. But he had a dream, and he returned to ETSU to complete his bachelor's degree, and then wanted and got a master's degree. He remembered one thing we had talked about at one point, about the need to have a dream. George, will you stand up and let them wave to the audience? You may clap for him. He did a lot. You remember I said in the beginning, you got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? Here's your last homework assignment. List things that you hope your life will contain. You need to know what you're working toward. There should be many categories. A few might be family, love, marriage, children, career, success, service to others, curing cancer, spiritual growth, intellectual advancement, adventure, fun, travel, good health, fitness, fame, or wealth. You'll think of many others. They need to be things that you really want. Keep the list on your computer or write it out and put it in your sock drawer and take a look at it about once a month. Then begin to work towards your dreams. They will not automatically come to you. Most highly successful people will tell you that they work harder than others. You may well need to make changes in your routines and then work in small steps toward your major goals. And when one comes true, celebrate and choose another. Your life will be what you make it. It's your time now. Get ready to make a difference. You can do it. Congratulations, and my best wishes to you always.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Well, I welcome everyone to campus, and I extend special greetings and congratulations to the class of 2011. I'd like to thank the graduating class for its efforts, determination, and academic achievements culminating in this special day. Now, I noticed as you, the graduates, were coming in, there were people that would call your name from one side or another, and you would call theirs in return. So, since we didn't make this journey alone, you had your family, you had your friends, I'd ask the graduates to stand, and if you know where they are, give them a round of applause. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Now at this time, let's recognize the ETSU faculty who are seated over here to my right for their dedication and commitment, and ask them to stand, and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. The platform party this morning is comprised of valued members of the university community. Deans of the various colleges will be introduced shortly and will join in greeting the graduates of their respective colleges. At this time, I'd like to introduce and ask to stand and be recognized other members of the university administration and a distinguished faculty member here on the platform with me today. They are Dr. Wilsie Bishop, University Chief Operating Officer and Vice President for Health Affairs. Dr. William Duncan, Vice Provost for Research and Sponsored Programs. Dr. Tom Schock, 2011-2012 Faculty Senate President. Dr. Richard Manahan, Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. David Collins, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Ms. Cheryl Burnett, University Registrar. And Dr. Chris Dula, who carried the mace this morning. Dr. Dula received the Distinguished Faculty Award in Teaching for 2011. Let's give them a round of applause. Now this time I'd like to recognize Zach Walden. He's the Vice President of the ETSU Student Government Association. He carried the Alumni Association banner this morning, and he represents all the college students in the state of Tennessee on the Tennessee Higher Education Commission. Let's give Zach a round of applause. Now we're honored this morning to have on the platform Mr. Paul Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery is one of my bosses. He's a member of the Tennessee Board of Regents, and he lives in Kingsport. Join me in welcoming Mr. Montgomery to the podium to bring greetings from our governing body, the Tennessee Board of Regents. Mr. Montgomery.
Thank you for always being here. Appreciate you. Thank you, Dr. Stanton. Good morning. And to the members of the class of 2011, your families and loved ones that are here today, I bring you greetings and say congratulations on behalf of the Regents and the staff members of the Tennessee Board of Regents. We are the 6th largest system of higher education in the nation, with 45 institutions and a combined enrollment of over 190,000 students. Being part of ETSU's commencement is something I look forward to every year. Seeing your faces as you walk across the stage, the joy, the sense of accomplishments, the excitement is an rewarding experience, but also a humbling one. As I'm reminded how receiving a college degree is a privilege not every person in our country is able to realize. Graduates, you are especially blessed today, as the person who will hand your degree this morning is one of the greatest leaders in higher education I've ever known. Anyone who has ever met Dr. Stanton knows that his favorite day of the year is graduation. And today, He confers degrees on this stage for the last time as president of East Tennessee State University. How fortunate and how blessed we are to have had Dr. Stanton lead this institution for the past 15 years. And what a wonderful example he is for you to have as this next journey of your career begins. Thank you, Dr. Stanton, for all that you do. May God bless you, Mrs. Stanton, and your entire family. Now, please join me and let's give Dr. Stanton a round of applause. To those who are seated before me, your future has been and is our greatest investment. Today, we celebrate the past, the hard work, the sacrifices, the refusal to give up that were required for you to reach this day. But as we look ahead to the future, the doors that will open, the dreams that are possible, and the confidence in knowing that any goal you set is one that you can be achieved. Again, on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, congratulations to the East Tennessee State class of 2011. Good luck and Godspeed.
A total of 1,372 degrees are being conferred today. Honors graduates are wearing medallions on special colored ribbons as indicated on pages 30 to 32 in the program. Those graduates wearing white ribbons are graduating cum laude, having earned grade point averages of 3.5 to 3.64. Those wearing yellow ribbons are graduating magna cum laude, having attained grade point averages of 3.65 to 3.84. And those wearing blue ribbons are graduating summa cum laude, having earned grade point averages of 3.85 to 4.0. Of the baccalaureate degree recipients, 99 have attained cum laude distinction, 71 are magna cum laude, and 45 have attained summa cum laude, the highest honor. I do want to recognize this morning 3 students and ask them to stand. The 3 students whose names I'm going to read are graduating today with perfect 4.0 grade point averages. Will you please stand? Nathan Hatfield of Elizabethton, Tennessee, Monica Perry of Kingsport, Tennessee, and Matthew Sams of Hampton, Tennessee. We are extremely proud of our Reserve Officers Training Corps, ROTC program, here at ETSU, and of our students' commitment to service and leadership excellence. Yesterday, we commissioned 2 seniors as second lieutenants in the United States Army, and these new officers will graduate this morning. Beyond their academic programs of study, these young men have pursued a very demanding program of leadership development and physical training that has prepared them to now lead our nation's sons and daughters as Army officers. Crossing the stage in dress uniform will be Joshua A. Elkins and Daniel K. Winters. Mr. President, It is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered through the several colleges and schools of East Tennessee State University. And they have been recommended to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments by all the faculties and by the following: Dr. Gordon Anderson, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences; Dr. Linda Garceau, Dean of the College of Business and Technology; Dr. Rick Osborne, Dean of the School of Continuing Studies and Academic Outreach; Dr. Hal Knight, Dean of the Claudius G. Clemmer College of Education; Dr. Rebecca Piles, Dean of the Honors College; Dr. Wendy Naring, Dean of the College of Nursing; Dr. Randy Wyckoff, Dean of the College of Public Health; Dr. Nancy Scherer, Dean of the College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences; Dr. Jeffrey Beck, Associate Dean of the School of Graduate Studies; Dr. Larry Calhoun, Dean of the Bill Gatton College of Pharmacy; Dr. Ken Olive, Executive Associate Dean of the James H. Quillen College of Medicine. Would candidates for doctoral degrees please rise for the conferring of the degrees? The doctoral graduates will be hooded today by the chairs of their dissertation committees. President Stanton, the candidates now standing have completed all requirements for these doctoral degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer on each of you the doctorate degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you will please come forward as your name is called, I'll be honored to present you the diploma.
The Doctor of Philosophy, Courtney Denise Netherland, hooded by Dr. Douglas Tefke. The Doctor of Education, Jennifer Ann Mooney Campbell, hooded by Dr. Eric Glover. Ginger Russell Christian, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Tony L. Dalton, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Jared Edwin Day, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Lori Beller Gooden, hooded by Dr. Pamela Scott. Amy Green, hooded by Dr. Dawn Good. Pauletta Jackson Johnson, hooded by Dr. Dawn Good. Melissa Ann Lovelace, hooded by Dr. Eric Glover. Nikki Lynn Manning, hooded by Dr. Terrence Tollefson. Carissa Gail Mitchell, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Martha Hughes Murray, hooded by Dr. Pamela Scott. Brenda G. Mize, hooded by Dr. Eric Glover. Joy Brown Parton, hooded by Dr. Eric Glover. Lori Price, hooded by Dr. Pamela Scott. Karen Pearson Reach, hooded by Dr. Eric Glover. Kenneth Huey Samuelson, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Monet Calloway Samuelson, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Michelle Gamble Simcox, hooded by Dr. Pamela Scott. Ashley Marie Stanley, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Scott Anthony Starnes, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley. Linda Karen Tilson, hooded by Dr. Pamela Scott. Vincent Sinclair Williams, Jr., hooded by Dr. Terrence Tollefson. Deborah Walls Wolford, hooded by Dr. Eric Glover. The Doctor of Public Health, Nagesh Ramarao Aragam, hooded by Dr. Kashang Wang.
Would candidates for master's and specialist degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? President Stanton, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for master's and specialist degrees in the School of Graduate Studies. On behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer on each of you the master's or specialist degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you'll please come forward as your name is called, I will be honored to present you the diploma.
Megan Whitney Atwater. Jason Lee Bacon. Sheridan Nichols Crockett Batt. Tiffany Nicole Brown. Jill Bumpus. Jennifer Michelle Castle. Amanda Carey Fenner. Megan V. Fisher. Brenda Joyce Shelton Ford. Jessica Lynn Hackworth. Pamela Elizabeth Higgins. Josiah J. Leuenberger. Samara Rose Litvak. Don L. McCarty Jr. Sherry Lynn Moore. Kelly Brooke Nelson. Chastity S. Norris. Claiborne Beth Olson. Kathleen Raymond Osborne. Ethan M. Owens. Kristen Marie Patterson. Nancy Roy Perkins. Stephen Michael Perkins. Dora Jean Rushing. Sierra Antoinette Sauls. Marjorie Moore Schaefer. Michael Jonathan Sheffield. Robin Elizabeth Swain. Sarah K. Tester. Gina Valenti. Debbie Weston Fromm. Amy L. Light Carlson. Mariel Yvette Jefferson Blair. Rebecca Lynn Bergner. Sarah Amanda Hayden. Matthew Clay Combs. Lucinda Rebecca Egan. Jackie Lee Everhart III. Allison Lee Gardenauer. Jamie Denise Harris. Jennifer A. Hoyt Reed. Jessica Ting Johnson. Andrea Renee Lowry. Layla Michelle McMillan. Adrena Leanne Parker. Karen Michelle Peters Seaver. David South. Rachel Griffin Tossie. Kevin C. Reeves. Robert James Baldo II. Sucheta Raghavendra. Victor Dutt Chol. Paige Amanda Donaldson. Raquel Frata. Annika Shante Hampton. Lance Charles Lowery. Bart I. Mikitowicz. Joseph Wayne Denton. Mary A. Addy. Ralitsa Bogomilova Borisova. Pavan Chandra Chugurupati. Mir Ashad Hossein. Stanley Mofor Jing. Alexander Kamasa. Wynn Addison Ketchum. Jude Chimi Lakbob. Cornelius N. Indy. Kolade Omoniyi Ojo. Marion Osei Mensah. Antibe Poliwe. Archana Racharla. Johannes Petrus Yu. Tilani Upakshika Silva.
Would candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? President Stanton, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for baccalaureate degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you will please come forward as your name is called, I'll be honored to present you your diploma.
The College of Arts and Sciences. Najima Adam. James L. Adkins. Jonathan James Adkins. Julian Amelia Armstrong. Michael Phillips Anderson. Jessica Erin Arnold. Jared William Bachman. Diana L. Ballou. Rachel Danielle Barger. Candace R. Barnett. Alexa Lynn Bass. Randy Ginger Bastian. Meredith Catherine Bell. Sally Sandker Berry. Laisha M. Bewley. Julie Kathleen Byersdorf. Elena Kathleen Bigford. Jonathan Ryan Boone. Robin Lynn Borth. Mindy P. Bowman. Clarissa M. Bradley. Christina Michelle Brookman. Bradley Aaron Broyles. Meredith Shea Bundren. Brent M. Burke. Jordan Ashley Caldwell. Stephanie Page Campbell. Kelly Elizabeth Carlson. Kathy Sue Carter. Kayla Danielle Carter. Jeffrey Adam Caudle. Samuel Paul Church. Sarah Elizabeth Clark. Tricia Faye Kahn. Catherine Ellen Knatzer. Alicia Marie Contreras. Brett Marcus Cook. Robin Craig. Brandon Lee Cutshall. Felicia Rochelle Cook. Sonny Lee Dearman. Jacqueline Danielle Deck. Arnold Lee Dixon III. Dustin Michael Drake. Ryan Charles Drury. Kyle Brennan Dye. Christopher Allen Dykes. Brittany Aaron Eberhardt. Joshua David Ellis. Sarah Ellis. James Edward Endress. Jamie Renee Frankie English. Kevin Joseph Eshtay. Amber Dawn Farley. Justin Darrell Fincham. Alicia Therese Flannery. Jordan Rains Fleenor. Holly Flettrich. Marielle Catherine Folsom. David Aaron Ford. Jacob Weston Fowler. Thomas Gare. Paula Giovanetti. Mariah Janessa Golden. William Jeffrey Green, Jr. Brittany Page Green. Megan Elaine Grubb. Marjorie Ann Giles. Gable Stephen Hackett. Christopher Ross Hackney. Sarah Elizabeth Hall. Jonathan Michael Hannon. Rachel Fleetwood. Amber Marie Harness. Laura Taylor Isom Bouts Hedrick. Lisa R. Hensley. John Robert Hereford II. Deandra Caitlin Hicks. Jeannie Marie Hill. Crystal Nicole Hiltst. Kitty Carol Hirsch. Margaret Lee Holliday. Crystal N. Houchins. Joseph Aaron Hurd. Bethany Shea Hyatt. Aaron Joseph Ivy. Heather M. Jackson. Kelly Jacobs. Michael Durant James. Zach Jenkins. Kelly Ann Johnson. Danielle Juanette Jones. James LeBron Jones Jr. Andrew Nance Jang Jordan. Amanda Marie Kelly. Brandon Gregory Keys. Leanne S. King. Shayna Shanice Kyle. Thomas Jackson Laughlin. Amanda K. Lewis. Caitlin Ann Linkus. Daniel Lloyd Loveday. Ernest Anderson Lunsford III. Michael Richard Mabry. Jennifer Lee Manus. Carissa Ann Manus. Jamie Lee Barbara Marks. Brittany Christina Martin. Maxwell R. Mason. Caitlin Page McBride. Jacqueline Nicole McCart. Callie Marie McCarty. Kalinda Nicole McElroy. Erin C. McGregor. Carrie Kathleen McKinney. Robert Wallace McMillan. Cheryl Lee Medley. Malin Karina Menjivar Andrade. Jocelyn Brooke Michael. Sylvia Hines Middlemas. Jerry Wayne Miller, Jr. Leah Renee Miller. Josie Denise Minnick. Mary Carolyn Maloney. Casey Lorraine Morell. Kristen E. Mosley. Johnette Motko. Leah Aaron Needham. Farron Ruth Neff. Rebecca Ann Nelson. Rachel Yvonne Nestor. Ashley Dawn Norwood. Marcy Ann O'Day. Rebecca Leanne Odom. Catherine Leona Osborne. Amber Denise Owens. Crystal Pearl McMillan Paddock. Juhi Park. Lena Mahendra Patel. Heather Lynn Peace. Donald Nicholas Peppers. Kimberly Faye Perry. Monica Lynn Perry. Yanani Pugh. Nadia Christiana Popper. William Corey Pratt. Andrew Lee Price. Alan Lamar Prigmore. Samantha Carolyn Rametta. Robert A. Rayburn. Sheila Diana Reed. Christopher James Rayhack. Kristen M. Reinhart. Lara Rexroad. Donald Keith Roten. Emily Chandra Robbins. Ethan Robison. Marguerite Ann St. Louis. Micah Addison Salyer. Caitlin Elizabeth Schrick. Andrew Michael Scott. Melinda Sue Scott. Heather Ashlyn Scragg. Caleb Philidor Schimberg. Catherine Sloan. Crystal Marie Smallwood. Albert Emery Smith. Diana Marie Taylor Smith. Joshua Stephen Sneed. Natasha Estella Parton Snyder. James Thomas Springs. Derek Edward Stetzler. Sarah Marie Stout. Haley Naomi Strawn. Tong Sun. Kristen Searles. Austin Sloan Taylor. Sarah Catherine Taylor. Zachary Taylor. Aaron Thomas. Christina Tootle. Jennifer Burke Trainer. Christopher Eugene Truey. Mary Elizabeth Van Huss. Salome A. Velez. Michael Todd Vincent. Caitlin Michelle Vinson. Nathan Cole Wampler. Julie Nicole Waters. Thomas Ryan Williams. Meredith Watkins. Elizabeth Jean Widener. Janice LaShawn Thompson Williams. John Cadell Williams III. Stacy Lynn Williams. Tyler D. Williams. Brittany Nicole Willis. Emily Ann Willis. Gary Edward Wills. Chastity Jamel Wilson. Farrell Elaine Wiltermood. Daniel Winters. Summer L. Wright. Lacey D. Yan. Landon Charles Zink. Heather M. Morris. Brittany Nicole Adkins. Julian Marcel Allen. Elizabeth Marie Austin. Laura Ruth Barnett. Tanya N. Bartley. Kayla Michelle Benner. Zachary Thomas Berry. Jeffrey Lee Beverly Jr. Cassie Beth Blevins. Caroline Lee Boswell. Stephen Joshua Bridges. Erin Michelle Brown. Melissa Brooke Bunch. Rodney Andrew Burton. Crystal Denise Carlton. Lovisha D. Cantrell. Sarah Leanne Carter. Olivia Heather Carver. Kimberly Grace Chapman. Casey Marie Christian. Emily Elizabeth Clausen. Whitney Cogburn. Makilia Shea Chambers Cotton. Sarah Tipton Crocker. Jared Adam Dakin. Jordan Lindsay Taylor Dyson. Tiffany Scott Dunn. Shannon N. Eccles. Second Lieutenant Joshua A. Elkins. Chelsea Elise Elliott. Megan DeVette Fender. Jason Douglas Fleenor. Mitchell Luke Fochman. Mary Elizabeth Ford. Jared Elizabeth Francisco. Thomas Adam Gilliam. Micah Lynn Glothenhein. Frankie Lee Hall III. Sarah Ashley Harris. Mackenzie Robert Hart. Emily Grace Heverdays. Tyler James Hook. Sydney Morgan Hogston. Leslie Ann Hughes. Sandra D. Hughes. Dina Sue Hurd. James Johnson. Dresden Kelly. Matthew Brandon Kind. Andrew Bartley King. Brent William Kington. Kristen Danielle Kirk. Stephen Bruce Lacey. Andrew Clay Lewis. Crystal Ann Lyons. Katie Michelle Lyons. Whitney Ray Lyons. Stephanie Brooke Maiden. Jessica Alice Malone. Kaylin Dior Marshall. Alyssa Michelle Martineau. Lily Hannah Mason. Grace McCord. Justin Daniel Meredith. James Nathaniel Miller. Keaton Allen Miller. Marie Janae Mims. Christina Marie Moody. Candace Amber Morell. Edward Morton. Tia Cherie Nave. Sarah Elizabeth Owens. Catherine Marie Patillo. Kimberly Ann Perry. Brandy K. Poor. Quillen Rian Price. Joshua David Reppert. Amanda Nashelle Smith. Veronica Jean Richardson. Molly Rebecca Roberts. Benjamin Kimutai Rono. Megan Page Smith Roop. Eric William Ross. Dylan A. Sexton. Sarah A. Sharp. Alyssa Shedlarski. Brittany Jean Smith. Malia Gabrielle Smith. Rachel Marie Smith. Hawkins Severe Snap. Jessica Shirley Sutherland. Allison Lee Sprouse. Holly Marie Stauffer. Timothy L. Surency, Jr. Megan Julie Swiker. Courtney Danielle Teague. Nicole Marie Thomas. Donna Tilson. Caroline Tyndall. Caitlin Sarah Tomsky. Nathaniel Treadway. Mary Catherine Vines. Whitney Renee Vines. Sharon Elizabeth Waltenberg. Robert Eric Watterson. Caitlin E. Wilson. Adriana Priscilla Wisdom. Bart Aaron Wood. Kristen Weiniger. Chris Archer. Elena Margaret Asbury. Chanel Jasmine Alexandria Bain. Sarah Elizabeth Burgoyne. Mackenzie A. Clark. Joy Michelle Tyler Cole. Jennifer Lynn Connell. Joshua Davidson. Chance Allen Dye. Ashley Nicole Edge. Toria Antoinisha Gilliwala. Eric Lee Gray. Stephen L. Hall. Magdalene Alicia Hatzikazakis. Matthew Lee Hayes. David M. G. Hewson. Ashley Dawn Hill Nichols. Edwin Blake Huggins. Kirika Iba. Madison Noel McCall. Emily Lauren McCarty. Rebecca Sue Ray McKinney. Emily Kate Miller. Kiri Ann O'Farrell. Tracy Ann Bailey Pate. Kimberly Phelps. Jared Michael Keith Pierce. Stephanie Paige Pierce. Erica Pritchard. Samantha Deanna Reynolds. Tiffany Janae Spencer. Daniel K. Sutton. Shauna Beth Thomason. Kayla Sherelle Vance. Lenora Ann Woods.
All right, what do you think of these graduates? I agree. As a lifelong member of the United Methodist Church, I've been for most of my days an admirer of the words and the deeds of a great individual named John Wesley, who wrote these remarks in the 18th century. And I'll leave them for our graduates. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, to all the people you can, as long as you can. God bless you.
I would like to thank Dr. Jenrette, Dr. Zimbauer, the 12 Bucksworth, and the ETSU Wind Ensemble. Would also like to thank Mr. Fred Sauceman, Executive Assistant to the President for Public Affairs University Relations, for so flawlessly announcing each graduate's name. The audience is now requested to stand and join in the singing of the alma mater, to be accompanied by 12 Bucksworth and the ETSU Wind Ensemble. Please remain standing for the recessional march. We respectfully request that you not come to the arena floor until the ceremony is concluded. Thank you and good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present the East Tennessee State University class of 2011.